Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year, and welcome to a fantastic 2024. I hope you're all having a great time. Now, I'm going to go over the ultimate settings guide for 2024. I don't want you to start off on the wrong foot, and the best way to start is making sure when you get into your first Pokemon game, you've got the right settings behind you, you're not bugging out in the game, you're not confused. All right, so let's get to it. All right, okay, we'll start with the system settings. Now, of course, you should always have your frame rate on high if you're on the Switch. But I've seen some players play on the low quality setting on the mobile. I think it's quite good if you're going to get consistent 60 frames. The frame rate on the Switch, it doesn't change anything. Never have it set on low. It's literally just going to bug out your game. Now, your languages, whatever you want. You can have fashion items on. I never like the simple Pokemon select screen. I think when you have this selection screen on, all you're going to do is just lag out your start on the game, especially if you're on the Switch. So don't have this on. Vibrate function, it's up to you guys if you like your controller vibrating. I have a pro controller here, so I don't mind. I'm not too fussed. Display text chat, they never almost text chat, but you should have it on in case you have any party friends or whatever that go and message. Display voice chat settings, yes, you should have it on so you can listen. Display network latency, always have this setting on. You're always going to be able to see when your ping is getting bad or good, and you can predicate and decide, okay, am I going to make this next play based on the ping? And then colorblind support just depends if you like that or not. It's honestly up to personal preference or if you're colorblind. All right, let's look at the actual controls. So the basic control settings, opponent lock on priority. The basic way this works is if you have a lowest percentage health, it's going to hit that. Lowest HP value, it's going to hit that order closest to you. So out of these ways, I'd like to say the best way I like to target this is in the percent. I was on value for a long time, because like on some characters, you want to target the lowest value. But I realized, hey, look, like the lowest percentage, I think is much more valuable and you're going to get a lot more value out of using it like that. Because a lot of the time you're going to be able to hit these creatures which you want to secure on the lower health, especially for the ranged characters. On non-ranged characters, it doesn't matter too much. But on actual ranged characters, it's going to matter a lot. And I don't want you guys to be playing ranged characters and be completely scuffed because, I put on value on, and now I'm attacking some low health like Swablu instead of the enemy. Of course, I'm about to go into the next part, and they have fixed this now. The advanced controls do work. If you click A, you're going to attack a human. If you click B, you're going to attack a wild Pokemon. And when you think about this, yes, that means the percent health is a little bit worse. Like I do like value for this reason, because when I click B at the Rayquaza pit, there is no Pokemon nearby. So I know that the B attack is going to go into Rayquaza. However, there will be situations where there will be Pokemon nearby, and then you won't secure a Reggie or something. I don't know, very rare, very niche. But of course, clicking A is going to almost make sure you're hitting the highest percentage target. It means yes, you can hit some tanks, but look, I like to think about Pokemon like this: position correctly, and then don't worry about having to hit the tanks. Just click your A button and continue moving through the game in a smart way, and you're going to get a better angle. All right, okay. So yes, always want advanced controls on, and we're going to take HP percent for now. Never have automate basic attacks on. The amount of times that this will kill you, it's just bad move, like bad set, because it follows down into the next few things, right? I don't want you guys to fall into the trap. Oh, like I click A once, it keeps letting me auto attack. You have to then move away. Otherwise, like if you click A and you start auto attacking, like you guys are not remembering that there's abilities like Confuse Ray that just make you auto attack. Then you have to move automatically. Like if you're not doing this, if you're on even the slightest amount of ping, you're gonna get stuck and get killed. So don't do this. It's not good. In motion, pursuit distance. These two controls are the single worst controls in the game. You almost never want them on unless you're lacking out and you can't play Pokemon Unite. Never have these on. It is absolutely like F tier. The worst setting you could ever have. I want you all to avoid the setting, all times. In motion pursuit mode basically chases any target it can see to auto attack them. I want you to consider the implications of this. You're in 10 health and you click the A button and you're chasing the enemy that is trying to chase you down. You're gonna die. You're trying to chase a guy and then you click A and someone else is in distance and then it just yeets you off another direction. It's terrible and it breaks your game. I personally, for the scoring button controls, I like using hold the button down. It's just safer to me. If you don't like holding the button down, you like spamming it, press buttons for you. This is personal preferences. The lock-on icons, I'll just give you a short look at what these are. I personally don't use them. I know the world champ CrisHeroes uses them. I just don't have a love for them. I don't think they're very useful at all. If anything, they bug me out more often than not. Still very buggy. I mean, if you invest a lot of time in getting better at them, yeah, they're quite nice, but outside of that, not for me. Move panel setting. I always have this the highest. You should get used to working with the high sensitivity in MOBA games. Like, I know that in shooters it's the opposite, right? You want to have absolute utmost precision, but in the MOBA games, you need to flick your abilities back and forth very quickly, and if you don't, you're going to die. Because you need to use your abilities at the right places as well, especially with how this game works, that when you get interrupted or stunned, you can't keep moving your abilities. So that's something I want you guys to do. Put it up high, get used to it, get experience of it. Camera follows moves. You need to have this on. If you aren't playing with this on, it's a little bit harder because you have to pan before it. But this automatically moves the camera to where your move is going, and you get a lot more vision and idea of what's happening where you're using that move. I want you guys to use that because it's going to help you a lot. Yes, it's just a straight up better. Move aim follows movement direction. I have a little story of this. I have this off all the way since 2021. I played a tournament as Greninja and I had this setting on. Now, I was running like up and my enemy was behind me chasing me as Greninja. I had enough HP to turn with an auto attack and flick back surf. But because I have movement aim follows movement direction, I surfed upward and I ended up not killing them and I lost the tournament because of it. It was a $1,500 antimatter tournament. This is back in the good old days, so I was teamed with some pretty famous NA players. So I'm not going to say their names now, but yes, it was very embarrassing and I turned this setting off ever since. Do not have this on. This will cost you games. You just heard right there. Now, of course, you can take the extra second to readjust, but always let yourself be the one in control. Don't let the game do it for you. A lot of the time, it's not going to help you a lot. And that's why I have the next setting offline as well. Movement aim targets automatically. Now, as you can see, like, yes, I appreciate the snapping too, but the game's never going to be fast enough, especially to track the high-end targets. It's decent. Of course, experiment with this setting all you like. I don't think it's a terrible one, but it's among the worst ones for me. I just don't turn it on. I try to train my hands to get everything right, and when I get everything right, and I'm vibing and I'm chilling, it's a good time. Okay, minimap position. I reckon you can put it on both sides. As long as you get used to looking at that minimap, put your goggles on, make sure boom, minimap. And if you can't get that minimap, try move it. Move learning combinations. This is essential, especially if you're on the Switch. You need to have the button combination on. It is so much faster. There is a little bit of inconsistency. There's going to be some, random eject buttons, random potions, random X attacks, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. The speed that you gain, especially when playing characters like Mew, like characters like Zoro, or characters that need to level up quickly, you're going to get a lot of value from getting this move turned on. So please do this. Get used to it. It also gets you more used to controls. You're going to feel more comfortable when you play. It's super fast, it's super clean, and you feel pretty cool when you level up a move. Button combos, guys. Also, as I said, another funny time. I actually lost the tournament, the biggest tournament I ever played because of this setting. I had single button on, and I'm trying to click the left button here to level up my move as Cinderace in the regional finals of 2022. And what I do is I accidentally click the recall button. No, I didn't click the recall. I clicked the chat menu. Now, this is something that we'll go into in a second, but the chat menu is the single worst button to click in competitive because it locks you out until you click a single button as well. So I'm locked out and then I get stunned by my champ and then critical strike 3 times in a row. The only way I can die, all because I clicked the wrong button while panicking. I just finished stealing Zapdos as well. So, hey, look, learn from me, have button combination on. It'll help you for a lifetime. Minimap settings. I like to have the panning speed at maximum because you want to be able to flick across the map and see whatever's happening. And that's I find the best for me. Now, of course, maybe you need to go a bit slower. That's okay. As long as you're moving the map. And now minimap shown is when you have the map open. So the map open, meaning that like that little square in the top right, it's going to be open. You never want it to be open. So, it doesn't matter too much. And I just have aim assist off. Some people use sensitivity. I would never use smart assist, but yeah, maybe if you were using sensitivity, like, I would go like medium setting and then invalid distance to high and invalid distance to low. But that's probably what I would do. Like there's been a lot of theories about this, but I don't think it really helps too much. Now, battle info. Going into the battle info, I have like, these are all like whatever settings. Show trainer name, it can be on or off. I think off is better. Boosted attack gauge, you need to have on. If you don't have this boosted attack gauge, guys, you will not know when you have your empowered auto attack, which is literally 130% of your damage. Like, you should always have this on. Like, there's no exceptions. Show cooldown decimal ranges. It's just better. It gives you a better accuracy for when you engage and when you go in. Highlights, I've never seen this work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it works better on the phone. Display message, you don't really need it unless you like the sound. It's up to you. And hide help text, I have it off. Like, the help text doesn't really matter. You can have automatic surrender on as well, like off. Like, you automatically surrender, that's cool. Quick chats, you can do whatever you want. I would say, you know, use something like, okay, these are like semi-toxic, so don't mind me. But I like to put knock out my team opponent's Pokemon, fight together, and then probably like something like, you want to have thanks, I think. And then help me or something, just to help your teammates. For sound, you always should have sound on. I know I'm kind of trolling with these settings, but sound effect volume is the most important one. Always have that on. Sound does help you react faster to the information you see. Trust me, promise me on this one. A friend told me this a long time ago for League of Legends. He's like, oh, you don't play with sound on? And I started playing with sound on, and I drastically saw my gameplay increase. Just because I could hear what was happening before I could see it. That's why you hear lightning. Okay, that's actually not very accurate. I like to have, okay, so if you'd like to hide your details and stuff, you can have become anonymous and hide trainer info on. But if not, you know, you can have it off, show your friendship points, you know, show your friends. I don't allow spectating, but some people do. Online and offline. I like to be online so people know if they can invite me. And let's look at these. Now, so as I said, this is learn move 1 and 2. That's swapped now, right, to the button combo. So you can basically unbind them and you can move quick chat to them. I think that's pretty decent. The basing button, I think, is fine. The down button. Movement's fine. Minimap's fine. Just remember, these are all the positions of the movements. And that's all good. You're all good, guys. By there, I think like you're going to be more than confident at, like, you know, getting the right settings. If you use these settings, you're more often than not going to, you know, be doing the right thing in the games. Most of you probably already have the settings, but of course, just for those few of you who don't have it, I have a small settings guide. There, it's done and dusted. First video 2024. I really appreciate everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful year so far, and let's get to it. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.